Oh shit, we are not live on. Okay, that is not me being facetious with respect to. Yeah, it's fine. Who gives a shit about YouTube? I'm gonna delete this stream anyway later. So I'm not being facetious with like talking about app in general. It is just that like they are not dividing themselves up properly. Like they release the blasphemy law themselves. They're doing blasphemy laws in Punjab. How do you say you're different than BJP when you're doing the same thing? Like, come on, be serious. Be serious. Like, we covered this like 2 days ago. Literally 2 days ago, we covered this. Hold on. Let's just get into this because this is very funny. I will never not be entertained by this whole drama with app.
हमने ये डिसाइड किया that we, the 2/3 members of parliament of the belonging to the Aam Aadmi Party in Rajya Sabha, exercise the provisions of the Constitution of India and merge ourselves with the BJP. हम BJP में विलय करते हैं. पिछले हमने ये डिसाइड किया.
Lol. So like he took 7 members with him. He, Swati Mallewal, someone else. I mean, in any party in India, really much different other than the public perception and policy direction. I think policy direction and public perception are the only things that matter in general. I don't care beyond that, to be fair. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, within politics, policy direction determines your political ideology, right? No, sorry, political ideology determines your policy direction. It doesn't matter if you are like whoever, whatever, doesn't matter what your personal beliefs are, as long as you're voting for the right kind of shit or the wrong kind of shit. I don't know. I don't care today. This is not news. This is a non-news article. This is not that important.
Chadha, among the most recognized articulate faces of the Aam Aadmi Party, very close associate of Arvind Kejriwal, has left the Aam Aadmi Party to join the BJP, and he's taken 6 others with him. They've basically done.
Don't most elected representatives just pass on policy to people like ISA officer and just steer it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. See, overall direction is still important. Like in India, because of the anti-defection law, what ends up happening is that none of these people really have a voice. They are just here to get votes. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. The political parties, political ideology within Indian politics matters a lot more. And what is the political ideology of the leaders? With respect to what happened with AAP is, AAP was doing soft Sanghi politics. That is why it started diminishing within like Delhi even and some Punjab. That's why it can never win in the South or even Maharashtra. Which is the thing here. It is not the way out. It is the same thing, just a little bit less strong than BJP. I mean, do the leaders even believe in that shit they say? No, they don't. They have people around who tell them what to say, what to do, how to act. Like this is true for every single politician. Politicians are mostly selected by electability. They are not even selected based on like, oh, this person actually really wants to do some shit. They like, this person is very loyal, this person is not loyal. None of that fucking matters when it comes to Indian politics. It doesn't really matter. All you need is a nice face who can get elected. That is all. You can be a gunda, you can be a murder suspect, you can be the most corrupt person on the planet. It does not fucking matter in India because anti-defection law. There is no reason in India. There is no motion. There is no imperative to hire someone within your party. I say hire because these are like hired people that actually believes in your cause. There's absolutely 0 point because all of their speech, all of their talking points are given to them. They are not individuals after they join a political party in India, because they cannot be legally. It is very undemocratic. That's why I keep rallying against it all this time. There's a reason why I keep rallying against it. This is extremely undemocratic. A representation is bunk. There is no elected representative in India that actually gives a shit about the people for this very reason. Because the person has no value other than being electable. The person cannot take his own decisions. He does not have a say. He does not have a spine for himself, especially within the parliaments. Yeah, there is some like decision making on the ground level, but nothing more. What do you think is the best type of government we can have? Best type of government is still a democracy, but a democracy without all of these idiotic laws. Like, we really don't need this law, like the anti-defection, or how MLAs are selected. If all of these go away, people start behaving because they have to. Because other than that, it doesn't, like, it is not good for the political party. That's all. What am I doing? Yeah.
Done it in such a way that it
No, like government. No, the government structure currently is fine. The government structure is not the problem. It's all of the extra setup they have done over the government structure is the problem. Also, on that note, like coming to talking about delimitation and how much representation should be given to per person, that's a very different argument overall. But other than that, like, the structure is fine. It's not too bad. It is just how party politics works needs to be corrected.
allows them to join the BJP without losing their Rajya Sabha seats. So a very interesting law in play here. And also
Fine isn't great. See, Puki, the politics is a art of the possible. Like, I know it doesn't feel like in India, it is the art of the possible. Fine is quite decent. Great, you're never achieving. That is not going to happen in at all, ever. You have to get to fine first to get to great. You can't you can't just jump levels. You want great, get to fine first, because it's not fine right now.
we'll take a look at what this means for the Aam Aadmi Party, which seems to be crumbling before our eyes. But before we get to that, like, share, subscribe, sign up for our membership, please. We have a news bulletin that goes out every night, and we'd love for you to sign up and sample that news bulletin as well. Massive bolt for the Aam Aadmi Party. These are all Rajya Sabha MPs. Aam Aadmi Party has 10 MPs in Rajya Sabha. 7 of them have now left, including Chadha, Sandeep Pathak, Ashok Mittal. In a press conference, Chadha said 2/3 of the Aam Aadmi Party's Rajya Sabha MPs have broken away and merged with the BJP. There's a very interesting law which means that they get to keep their seats. He also said Harbhajan Singh and Swati Maliwal have also gone. Chadha said, and I quote, "The Aam Aadmi Party that I have nurtured with my blood and sweat has completely strayed from its principles, its values and core morals." He also took aim at Kejriwal and said that the party is no longer working for the country but for its own benefit. And he said, "I increasingly felt I am the right person in the wrong party," announcing his decision to walk away and align himself more closely to the Janta. Sandeep Pathak echoed that sentiment, saying that he never imagined leaving, but he felt compelled to do so. You'll remember about a month ago, the Aam Aadmi Party removed Chadha from his position as a leader of the Aam Aadmi Party in Rajya Sabha and replaced him with Ashok Mittal, who has also left, incidentally. But let me just back this story up for a minute and tell you, first of all, why Raghav Chadha is so important to the Aam Aadmi Party. Who is Raghav Chadha? Well, Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha, Punjab for Aam Aadmi Party, born and raised in Delhi, joined AAP when it was actually just starting among AAP's youngest, most articulate spokespeople, very good looking, and seemed to have worked in his favor. He became the key face of the party's communication strategy. He served as MLA in Delhi as a very young man, vice chairman of Delhi Jal Board. He was part of Aam Aadmi Party's sweeping victory in Punjab and given a Rajya Sabha seat, which gave him an entry into national politics.
Is more technocratic but symbolic only. He's pointless. Chadha is absolutely pointless. He doesn't matter in the greater scheme of things. None of them do. He's just a vote. He's just a number. The only reason why he's there is because he's electable, because he was a fresh face. Nothing
Chadha
more.
has been seen as a prominent young leader and sort of also seen as the future of the party. So it was really interesting to see him sort of break.
No MPs matter. We're talking about. It doesn't matter. The only question is if he can get elected as an independent or not, which he clearly cannot. It doesn't matter. Now he has to say shit what AAP is saying. He doesn't get a choice here.
Away, and I'll get back to that, but I also want to tell you who the other people are who have left. Sanjeev Pathak, Rajya Sabha MP Punjab, a very key organizational mind of the Aam Aadmi Party, PhD, Cambridge University, Research Associate, Oxford University and MIT, has taught at IIT Delhi. His real influence was behind the scenes. He was the National General Secretary of the party, a key strategist, especially during the Punjab Assembly elections. Just pointing out Punjab elections coming up next year. He is often described as Arvind Kejriwal's sort of backroom operator. He played a role in campaign design during Delhi elections in 2020, and they gave him a Rajya Sabha seat in Punjab, making his formal entry into parliament. Ashok Mittal is again Rajya Sabha MP from Punjab, representing AAP, the founder chancellor of lovely professional universities, and he's also a chartered accountant. He had a very significant rise in Aam Aadmi Party. Last month, Mittal replaced Chadha as deputy leader in Rajya Sabha for the Aam Aadmi Party, and immediately after that, the ED raided his businesses in Punjab, saying that there were foreign exchange violations of it, and that has happened almost. I mean, it's just chronologically right, one after the other. He was made the deputy leader for the party in Rajya Sabha. He was raided by the ED, and now he has left the party. Swati Maliwal, very interesting individual, Rajya Sabha MP, Aam Aadmi Party from the beginning. She actually came in through the Anna Hazare route. She was with India Against Corruption. And that is when she started working with Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia. Then she was working in their NGO called Parivartan. She was working at HCL. She quit that job and then took up Parivartan full time. She was named chairperson of the Delhi Commission for Women. Again, among the youngest people to have held that job. She was then given a Rajya Sabha position, and you'll remember she was in the news because she accused Vaibhav Kumar, who's a very close aide of Arvind Kejriwal, of beating her up in the Kejriwal residence, and that became a massive political controversy.
Not gonna lie, AAP merging is probably their best option to be more electable. AAP is dying. Like, tell me one more electable person within AAP. Atishi does not have the support. She just cannot get elected. She's not going to. The issue, AAP will dissolve. I probably think eventually. Like BJP can make a very big comeback in. No, AAP is center right to right. AAP is right. AAP is going to dissolve at this point. Like how it is going. Like what shit? No, AAP was always center right. They came up from the RSS affiliated India Against Corruption movement. Like in 20, they won by cannibalizing Congress vote. They won through cannibalizing Congress vote. Then afterwards in 2019, because there was no more Congress vote to had, they went like soft Sanghi. They were like doing Jai Hanuman, Jai whatever, Jai Jagannath, whatever. That didn't work. They lost a lot of seats. The goodwill from AIC remained while they remained in power. And eventually they just ended up losing completely in Delhi. They won in Punjab. They did win in Punjab. Yeah, center right always loses to the far right, obviously. That is just there. They won in Punjab, but even in Punjab, they won by cannibalizing the Congress party. BJP was not in control of Punjab, but BJP is going to now. They are currently also running candidates within like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all on Congress seats only. They don't run against BJP. They know they cannot win against BJP. So like Raghav Chadha going to assimilate with the BJP is not that a far reach within this political climate, because AAP started off as a subsidiary to the BJP. AAP started off from the IAC movement. Kejriwal himself started off through the RSS, like not personally, but like through the IAC movement, he was introduced to everyone, like sorts. So they are not winning anymore because Congress is not in power. If Congress was in power and was like stronger, AAP would have had a far easier time winning because they can just cannibalize on the seats. Because AAP does, like AAP tries to copy a little bit, if I fear. Like AAP tries to copy the politics what is trending. Like just look at how much control they have of like Twitter in general. Like everyone is talking about and in support of like AAP in the, like every single person here you see, it has had a video of shitting on Raghav Chadha, shitting on whatever. It is literally the whole feed if you're political. Like, so AAP focuses so much on just getting the majority narrative going. But it fails ultimately because ultimately AAP is not a party that can stand getting elected on being like the soft Sanghi. Like you have to make a stance. You have to distance itself from being a soft Sanghi if you want to win against the actual Sanghis. You can't be center right in front of a far right party. This photo, I don't know. I don't know what this photo is. So this is a friend. He posted some like stupid shit. I know it's very fucking weird. Even Congress, by the way, is not the answer. Like just to be clear, like everyone is trying to get their jollies off at this point with like AAP breaking apart. Like Congress people, like Congress is the answer. Like everyone is like, no, we are the answer. DMK is like, we are the answer. No, none of you are the answer to BJP because none of you have a consistent ideological policy. At least BJP has. Yeah, I watched the Michael Jackson biopic. Congratulations, you might have wasted your time and money. I'm sorry. Biopics are weird. I don't like biopics. If I have to learn about someone's life, I'll just read it on Wikipedia at this point. I don't care. I don't need the sensationalized version of it. I mean, good for you if you liked it. Okay, so this is not similar to how MNS is flirting with merging with the BJP in Maharashtra. Yeah. It is Manse, okay, Manse, BJP and SS, no matter whoever breaks apart where, are still BJP parties. Like they are still right affiliated parties, whatever. Manse. Anyway. So, Manse and SS have been historic allies of the BJP. Like historic allies. Like other than the short breakup that happened with Uddhav Thackeray, they have been in constant support of the BJP since the beginning. Like Shinde breaking off SS and going to BJP was basically ghar wapsi. It's like you had, like the party had its time to run around as a child and now they are just coming back home basically. SS and Manse were never left wing, like at all. They believe, like, okay, the front runner political ideologue of Manse, like political ideologue of Manse and SS is literally who that fucking apology guy, Savarkar. Is literally Savarkar. How did I forget Savarkar's name? He's not very memorable, to be honest. If he wasn't used as like the nationalist figure for fascism, he's not very memorable. It's wild how the four-way contest is going to be three-way now after Ajit Pawar. Yeah. It's like NCP, even NCP is not looking good. Like, do you really think like unless Sharad Pawar is starting to run again, like Surey has no backing more or less. How is NCP ever going to compete? Like seriously, like electability wise, is Surey any better? NCP is fucking cooked. Like the dynasty ends the moment Sharad Pawar dies. The moment Sharad Pawar dies, entire political hold that they have just goes away. I think at this point, people are just like NCP people are just waiting for him to die so they can just move on to wherever they have. Your wood distributed inheritance, I don't give a shit about AI. Like NCP is fucking cooked. Like, do you really believe that they can actually keep the support that they have? Like, I'm being very serious. Because at this point, there is no out. Who is a even state level leader for them? Other like Surey doesn't work. Surey is that's Nationalist Congress Party. It's Maharashtra politics, Pookie. Maharashtra politics. Like Congress is literally nowhere. Like Congress is nowhere. We had NCP and like INC's alliance with NCP kept INC alive. We have SS Uddhav Thackeray, which is probably going to merge back into BJP the moment the chance it gets because they are losing their seats. So it's like BJP versus somewhat Congress and like the alliance with CPIM. And CPIM has 2 seats, max. So what, like Maharashtra becomes a one-party seat, one-party state, I guess. At least in UP, BJP has competition. SP still has a very ground hold. See, at this point, Pookie, nearly every party is a Congress breakaway. Congress is the original party of India. Most of these parties are breakaway. Even CPIM, you can argue, is like a tertiary breakaway of Congress because CPIM came in the first place after the Praja Socialist Party died. I mean, it didn't last long, but because they were originally affiliated with the Congress, they got dissolved over the course of like 20 years or something. That's where CPIM came from in the first place. Like there are no original parties. All parties are basically breakaway and supporters of CPI, RSS or Congress. I mean, that's like the biggest ideological movements right there. In my days, PSP had a chief minister. What? Praja Socialist Party had a chief minister? What? Pookie, you're 14. Like, Maharashtra politics are absolutely cooked overall. Yeah, that's what it's like. Praja Socialist Party had a chief minister where? You're 14. Praja Socialist Party hasn't been a thing since the 70s. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, 118. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I keep forgetting the joke. Like, at this point, if you ask me what party I'm mostly affiliated with is the Praja Socialist Party. They died a very long time ago, but they had such amazing ideas. Like, seriously, they were the only party in existence to actually fight for what is actual socialism, but not pander to any capitalist narrative. Literally the only party, in my opinion. Is like not even CPIM or DMK. Like CPIM, DMK look like it's facsimiles of what Praja Socialist Party was at that point. Like, oh my fucking god, amazing. What is he talking about? Like at this point, I'm covering Amit Khirkhor so much because He just says something or the else that annoys me to the bone. Like something or the else that he annoys
इसका
me
ये
to the
सबसे
bone.
बेस्ट डिसीजन है। क्यों? क्योंकि आम आदमी पार्टी जो है ना, वो मिलेनियल्स का एक फेल्ड पॉलिटिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट है एंड आई थिंक इट्स टाइम टू बेसिकली बरी इट डाउन। एक बार कुमार विश्वास का एक पुराना इंटरव्यू है, उसमें वो कह रहा था कि केजरीवाल से जो भी असहमति रखता है, उसका टिकना मुश्किल है। बेसिकली आम आदमी पार्टी में सच बोलने वालों को सजा दी जाती है। ऐसी कुछ सिमिलर स्टेटमेंट जो है वो राघव चड्ढा के द्वारा भी आई गई है। नाउ फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस पे कुमार विश्वास की बात पे विश्वास ना भी हो, पन होली इंटेंडेड। लेकिन जब अन्ना हजारे मूवमेंट चल रही थी तो मैं यूपीएससी की प्रिपरेशन कर रहा था, तो मुझे याद है केजरीवाल ने कहा था कि मैं कसम खा के देता हूँ कि मैं कभी पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं आऊंगा। 1 साल के बाद पॉलिटिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लॉन्च कर दी। फिर एक दिन अपने बच्चों की कसम खा के बोलता बोलता कि मैं कांग्रेस की मदद नहीं लूंगा। इलेक्शंस के बाद कांग्रेस का कोएलिशन में सरकार बनाई 49 दिन की। किसी का भी जो स्लाइटेस्ट सा भी डिसएग्रीमेंट होता है केजरीवाल से, उसको आम आदमी छोड़नी पड़ती है। योगेंद्र यादव, प्रशांत भूषण, जी.आर. गोपीनाथ, मयंक गांधी, शाजिया इल्मी, अंजलि दमानिया, आशुतोष, कपिल मिश्रा, अलका लांबा और रिसेंटली में राघव के साथ संदीप पाठक, अशोक मित्तल, हरभजन सिंह। मतलब अब पूरी के पूरे आम आदमी पार्टी में केजरीवाल के 2 मालिश करने वाले रह गए हैं। एक तो वो मनीष सिसोदिया और एक भगवंत मान।
Okay,
जैसे
this
कि
I
अगर हम
don't
पिछले
this I don't disagree with. That is true.
एक से 1.5 साल को एनालाइज
How
करें
is
तो राघव चड्ढा का जो टेम्परामेंट था, तो वो आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ जेल होना भी नहीं था। जो वो मुद्दे उठा रहा था आम आदमी के, इट वुड प्रोबेबली हैव मोर इम्पैक्ट, लार्जर इम्पैक्ट इफ ही वुड एसोसिएटेड विद द रूलिंग पार्टी। इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूं, एक तो आम आदमी पार्टी ना मिलेनियल्स का सबसे फेल्ड पॉलिटिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट है।
That is not true. Aam Aadmi Party, like associating Aam Aadmi Party to every millennial is like saying Modi is entirety of India. Like, come on, be serious. Like, this is why I don't like this pandering at this point. Like, every other person just panders. Like, literally panders to either this or that.
It ended up becoming a
I'm not
cult
drinking
of
water, I'm drinking
one
this.
single person. इसीलिए ऑफ द माइंड भी सोचेंगे ना, कम से कम हम 20 नाम ले लेंगे जिन्होंने आम आदमी पार्टी छोड़ दी, बिकॉज द ईगो ऑफ केजरीवाल इज बेसिकली लार्जर देन एनीथिंग एल्स, लार्जर देन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। सो दैट इज व्हाई आई थिंक इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स का प्रोबेबली बेस्ट डिसीजन लिया गया है राघव चड्ढा के द्वारा टू गो एंड जॉइन बीजेपी। he'll be able to make more impact टू हिज कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज। वो ज्यादा इंपैक्ट कर पाएगा अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज के लिए, उन लोगों के लिए जिनके लिए वो काम करना चाहता है या जिनके वो रिप्रेजेंट करता है। लास्ट में आम आदमी पार्टी में टोटल 3 लोग बचेंगे, केजरीवाल, सिसोदिया और भगवंत मान। मगर अगर सिसोदिया थोड़ा सा भी स्मार्ट है तो हो सकता है वो भी राघव के साथ चला जाए। इट्स ओनली केजरीवाल एंड भगवंत मान टिल डेथ डू अस अपार्ट।
Man, not really, I don't feel. Man, I think will leave eventually because they are like BJP AAP politics in Punjab are literally the same as BJP's. They are literally carrying the flame of BJP at this point. All of the laws that BJP created, they're pushing forward. So,
But she stayed in her Rajya Sabha seat, because if you basically leave the party that put you in that seat, you forfeit the seat and you get disqualified because of those laws, and we'll come back to those laws.
anti-defection law.
Harbhajan
That's what I
Singh,
keep
the
crying about.
Indian cricketer, was nominated from Punjab after that massive victory that Arvind Kejriwal's and Bhagwat Mann had in Punjab. He was brought in mostly as a popular face, but he said he was drawn into the party's focus of education, healthcare, farmer welfare, and
That was
recently
like AAP had a message earlier about that, but that message drowned out mostly because they wanted to pander to the BJP at this point. Like they were too right-wing focused.
was questioned by the ED in a 2025 probe of illegal online betting platforms. The investigation looked into endorsements by several celebrities, although no charges were filed. That was Harbhajan Singh. So these are the key people who have left. Raghav Chadha, actually the fallout between Raghav Chadha and the Aam Aadmi Party can be traced back to Arvind Kejriwal's arrest in 2024. Remember when Kejriwal was arrested for that liquor scam, he was still Chief Minister of Delhi. Atishi took his place. And Aam Aadmi Party went into full confrontation mode. They hit the streets. They were protesting across Delhi. And it was framed as a political attack by the BJP. At that point, Raghav Chadha was nowhere to be seen, right? He was absent from the front lines. He didn't take part in any protests. He didn't make any statements on social media or in parliament about what was going on, and he appeared less and less confrontational in comparison to everybody else. In fact, his colleagues called him out for it. That was when the perception gap began. In fact, Atishi Marlena openly questioned him, saying, when the party is fighting in the streets, where were you? Then there was an explanation that he apparently went to London for some sort of eye surgery at that time, and he had to stay there and he couldn't travel. But that fueled more speculation.
Like, to be very fun, like the whole thing is so fucking funny. Like, just looking at what AAP is doing in the state that they are actually in power in, this becomes extremely funny. Because at this point, when it comes to Raghav Chadha leaving AAP, and joining BJP, it just looks like he's doing ghar wapsi. Just look at what AAP is doing in Punjab.
Because he could have written something on social media, his party said, or they put out a video, or just put out an audio statement. There are many ways in which you can communicate.
Doesn't the JP have a connection to PSP? What is JP?
Completely going silent. Then that deeper ideological split came through. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party's leadership line at that point was to take on the Prime Minister, to take on BJP aggressively, to use Parliament as a political background, and to stay aligned and visibly protest constantly. Whereas Chadha took a different approach.
Janata Party, yes and no. Like, Janata Party, or you mean Janata Dal, because there's I think two different things. Like Janata Party, like the currently, the one under Yogendra Yadav and Prashant Bhushan. No, hold on. This was what, 1977. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. There's just so many fucking parties at this point. I'll read about it later.
He was talking about policy issues. He was talking about...
Yeah, it was made by a merger of a few different parties. Yeah, that is true. Socialist Party was a merger between SSP and PSP. Yeah. Anti-Indira Gandhi. Not really anti-Indira Gandhi, I would argue. Not anti-Indira Gandhi. It was a socialist party. Like, socialism did not jive with authoritarianism that Indira Gandhi was perpetrated to be doing at that point. Oh, but obviously that is obvious what is happening. Like, what socialist is going to accept like an emergency situation for like how many ever years? Anyway, I'll be back in a second.
Debates. He avoided taking on the BJP directly, and he built a more measured institutional profile. And that led to mistrust. A lot of his colleagues started accusing him of being soft on the BJP. They called him disloyal for being absent in crucial points for the party. And his style of raising issues was seen as out of sync with the party. So he was actually accused last month of not signing the notice seeking the removal of Gyanesh Kumar, the Chief Election Commissioner. He did not participate apparently when the opposition staged walkouts, and they're constantly saying that he's bringing up trivial issues, and these are not small accusations. The Punjab Chief Minister, Rajya Sabha Leader Sanjay Singh, Atishi Marlena, these are all people who've made these accusations. Chadha, on the other hand, has his own point. He's saying he's raising issues that are important to people and not so much politics. He's talked about food prices at airports. He's talked about delivery details, the manner in which gig workers are being treated in India. And he also then says, as far as the walkouts are concerned, he said that's completely false. He also said that he was never asked to sign any motion against the CEC, and these are not trivial issues. He's talking about GST, he's talking about unemployment, he's talking about air pollution. These are things that are important. And this is an interesting point. He said, I don't go to Parliament to shout and break microphones. I want to create impact. So obviously there is a difference of opinion. That split started to build, in my opinion, 2 years ago. And he basically, it split up further and further away. So The takeaway really is that this was a breakdown of trust a while ago. The Aam Aadmi Party says Chadha stopped playing as a team player 2 years ago, and Chadha says the party has tried to silence him and sideline him. So basically, when the party removed him as their deputy leader, what they did is they told the speaker that this man no longer speaks for the Aam Aadmi Party. So do not give him time that is allotted to the Aam Aadmi Party. Give him his own time, because every party is given a certain amount of time to speak in parliament. Every individual MP is given a certain amount of time. So, and then he said, oh, you're taking away my time to speak because you're trying to silence me. Now, how has the AAP reacted to this development? Arvind Kejriwal accused the BJP of betraying the people of Punjab. Sanjay Singh said Raghav Chadha and company are traitors. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has said that these guys are gaddars, they're traitors, they have betrayed the people of Punjab.
Okay, let me be clear in this scenario, something that we covered like earlier. Like we covered this earlier, that Bhagwant Mann unanimously pushed for the blasphemy law recently, like as of last week. The blasphemy law itself was introduced by the SAD and the BJP, and they made it even more stringent. Like they are not doing like different politics here. It's the same politics. It's just like, whether do you want the national level player or the local level player of the same, literally the same politics. There is no differentiation here. Why wouldn't, like, if this is going on, like AAP is not winning the next cycle.
Anything against Bhagwant Mann, and they did not level a single allegation. They tried to break Aam Aadmi Party instead, said Mann, referring to himself as in the third person, as politicians usually do. But, you know, the interesting thing about this story is this 2/3 thing, which Raghav Chadha has mentioned over and over again. 2/3 people have quit. This is also the same thing that happened to Uddhav Thackeray's party when 2/3 of the party left with Eknath Shinde. So this is why it matters. There is a law in place. Now, Raghav Chadha has said 2/3 have left. That is basically 7 out of...
Okay. Bet how much ever that she's never going to talk about anti-defection law as a bad thing. Bet.
10, he said, have left. Under the Indian Constitution, there's something called an anti-defection law. It's contained in the 10th schedule. It decides whether a politician loses their seat for switching parties. Basically, what happens is, if you are elected into Raj Sabha, Lok Sabha, or one of the state assemblies from a certain party, and you decide to quit that party and join somewhere else, you get disqualified and you lose your seat. And you have to then win your seat back in a by-election.
That's not all what the anti-defection law says, by the way. Watchers of this pod know that very well.
A party that you have now joined, unless you have 2/3 of the party is leaving with you. And at its core, it's simply that if an MP defects individually, they get disqualified. But if there is a merger, they don't get disqualified. So a valid merger needs to have at least 2/3 of the party's MPs have to move together. So it effectively argues that basically the entire chunk of the party, the people in the party have lost faith in that party, and that's why they want to move. That is why Chadda's move is so significant, which means that, you remember the Swati Maliwal issue happened a while ago, over 2.5 years ago, I think. Raghav Chadda's break with the Aam Aadmi Party also happened 2 years ago. So they've been biding their time and waiting for this moment to actually happen. That's the crucial point. If Chadda had resigned alone, he would have lost his Raj Sabha seat. The small group now has avoided disqualification. They've protected their memberships in parliament, and they have turned this into a constitutionally protected move. But what this means is that until yesterday, the Aam Aadmi Party had 10 people in Raj Sabha. From today onwards, the Aam Aadmi Party will have 3 people in Raj Sabha, and the BJP will have 7 more. So those numbers have changed. So this is a carefully calculated legal maneuver. This is not something that happened overnight. They waited until they had the numbers. They waited until they had the right strategy, and the anti-defection laws did not hurt them. So this is a carefully orchestrated move that has taken place. And the BJP has really hit the Aam Aadmi Party where it hurts. Why? Because of the Punjab elections. Punjab elections will come up fairly soon. And that's the key word, because out of the 7 MPs who have left, 6 represented Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. Now, this would actually mean that these popular faces are not available during the Punjab elections that are going to come up, that are going to seem really, they're going to seem challenging for the Aam Aadmi Party because they only have one state left to actually defend. What this means for the Aam Aadmi Party on the national stage. First of all, immediate hit in Parliament. They have fewer voices to represent Aam Aadmi Party nationally, less leverage in debates and committees and in any sort of negotiation inside the India bloc. There's a loss of leadership talent, obviously, between Chadha and Pathak and Mittal and Maliwal and Harbhajan Singh bringing in any public sort of influence. They're losing their people in communication and strategy and visibility. There is the optics of internal collapse. You look at the Aam Aadmi Party, it looks, from the time that Arvind Kejriwal was Chief Minister of Delhi to where it is today, it looks like it's been decimated completely, and that is where it will take a hit. But I want to have a larger conversation here with you. And there are two sides to this, and I want to know what you feel about it, right? I'm not going to tell you how I feel, I want to know what you feel. When a politician leaves a party or switches sides, as we call it, it's more than just switching jobs, right? There's also ideology involved. So on one side, there's the argument of this is a career. So Raghav Chadha has a political career, like each of you, like you and me, we all have careers, and with our careers, we need to provide for our families, we need to find fulfilling spaces in which to fully realize our potential, and we need to find people to work with, who we enjoy working with, right? So a lot of us change jobs in our careers. We switch companies, we switch bosses, we decide not to work with people we're working with. So
when it comes to political parties, you know why this happens is because of the anti-defection law. It happens. Anti-defection law mandates that no matter what people you get, it doesn't matter as long as they're electable. That's why you don't get people that are actually truly in line with a political ideology. You just get whoever the fuck ever that is able to get elected. All of this is because of that. That's why that one single law needs to be removed. That one single law is the greatest sin in the history of the Indian Constitution and individual political and judicial freedoms for people. And obviously the right to representation.
And politicians also allowed to do that, and why do we take it so hard? So aren't they just also individuals with careers? If they disagree with the leadership or they feel the leadership is not what it used to be, isn't it okay for them to sort of leave as a personal choice? So that's one argument. The other argument is politicians are not just employees. They are elected based on an ideology. They're part of a political setup which is based on an ideology. So when you switch, you're also saying that now you believe in the exact opposite of everything you've believed so far.
Okay, that is just not true when it comes to... That is just not true. That is literally just not true when it comes to AAP. The ideology is the same.
Now, the interesting thing of the moral dilemma here of the Rajya Sabha MPs is that...
Hey, Anonymous, how are you doing?
Popularly, Lok Sabha MPs. They're not voted in by the people, they're indirectly voted in. So, over a period of time, if parties change, if leaders start to fall out, or if they no longer believe in each other, is leaving principled, or is it betrayal because you're defecting, you're harming that party, you're helping that party's sworn, rival take them down? And I want to understand where you stand. So the Constitution, through the anti-defection law that we talked about, actually says that. So basically, if I get elected into a party elected into parliament from a certain party, and then I leave that party, I lose my seat, because what it believes in fundamentally is that the people who voted for you voted on the assumption that you are with this party. If you're leaving this party...
That is not what it means. That is not what it means. Anti-defection law mandates that it's not that you can't leave, is that you can't have any other outlook than the party. You cannot, you lose your individuality within the party. You lose everything. That is the problem with the anti-defection law. It literally mandates complete obedience whatsoever, which means at the end of the day, your representatives are not your representatives. They are the employees of the political party they joined and got elected from. Now, the political party can change its political ideology on a whim, it doesn't matter. The anti-defection law will make sure that the party will say whatever they say. This is political ideology after politics, not before.
Then that assumption no longer stands. So you go out and you fight for your seat all over again. But in this case, when there are 2/3 and they are saying effectively that none of us believe in this party anymore and we want to merge elsewhere, the constitution allows them to do so. So the analogy is this: changing jobs or switching companies is not the same as political defection, because then you were elected to represent people and now you're representing them differently without asking their permission to do so. So I want to understand from you that, do you believe that this is a career move, or do you believe this is a breach of trust? And do you think it's a good thing that politicians be allowed to make these switches based on what they believe, based on their changing beliefs, based on their changing needs as well? Let me know what you think of this entire...
This is such a bad understanding of anti-defection law in general. Like, come on. What is this? 5-minute debate on Times now. 7-up MP switch sides is going to be funny as fuck.
You have to change the nation. If a system is rotten, weed it out, get a new system in place. There is a constitution in place. There could be flaws with the parties, with the people, with the leaders. लड़ना तो पड़ेगा सर. अगर गलत है, देश में कमियां हैं, दूर करनी है. हम रोज यहां पे डिबेट करने आते हैं, इसलिए आते हैं कि कुछ निष्कर्ष निकले, लोग सुने, नेता सुने, पार्टियां सुने, एनालाइज करें हर पार्टी का प्रवक्ता बोल क्या रहा है, और एक एंकर बोलता है, आवाज मिलियंस पे जाती है.
Okay, let's go back to that fundamental question before we shift our attention to Bengal. Dr. Joshi, one last chance. One person was raided by the ED, Ashok Mittal. What explains the, the change of heart of others?
So far, to my knowledge, only 3 have joined. There is a list of 7, but only 3 have joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. So one is Ashok Mittal, another is Raghav Chadha, third one is Dr. Sandeep Pathak. So definitely it's not a good news for us. I accept that. They were all important people holding important portfolios. So we will introspect, and the process of introspection is always a continuous and ongoing process. Nobody is denying that. But having said that, don't you see this as an assault on cooperative federal structure of the country?
I knew Raghav Chadha was going to change. Yeah, everyone did. I mean, it's a lateral move for him. Let's be fair. It's a lateral move for him. AAP is not left wing or center wing. It's a right wing. Like, seriously, Raghav Chadha is... It was a lateral move, to be very generous.
And shouldn't you be asking questions of Amit Shah and Nitin Nabin? Because certain questions need to be asked, because this is
I
not
asked
the
that
first time this
question
has
of
been
Guru
happening.
Prakash. He represents the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's hear from him again. Guru Prakash.
No, Mr. Joshi, you are taking names as if you have evidences. I throw an open challenge to you tonight. You have taken names of Mr. Nitin Nabin and Honorable Union Minister Amit Shah. You have any ounce of evidence to prove any connection to Mr. Raghav Chadha joining of the Bharatiya Janata Party? Absolutely not. You cannot make false and fake claims here on Pranish's show. You have to understand, you're a senior person, you're representing a political party, but on a prime time television, you're taking 2 names, the national president of my party and Honorable Union Home Minister, who have absolutely no connection, no relation whatsoever of Mr. Raghav Chadha and his group joining the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Sure.
How dare you? I am throwing an open challenge to you. If you have any evidence, even 1% evidence.
Can we have a crumb of real left in this country? I feel like America's Dems are more left than INC TMC app. I mean, yes. I mean, INC, you can argue is center left. TMC app are literally right wing. What are you talking about? Like, this is the issue, right? This is the issue that I always try to mention every time anything of this sort happens. We are led to believe that anything that is opposed to the BJP is left. Based on how far right BJP is, technically it's true, but it's not actually, like, practically it's true, it's not technically true. Like, the only real left-wing politics is like DMK, CPIM at best. Kashmir Elam Tamil was kept Up by INC. Kashmiri Elam Tamil? What? There are Kashmiri Elam Tamils? Oh, yeah. Obviously, it was kept up. That's why I'm saying, like, at best, INC center right, center left. At best, at worst, it's center right as well. But what, like, CPIM and DMK are the ones that are actual left. I mean, we have a guy that's literally named Stalin at this point. But like hoping for like true left politics in India is a stretch. That's why I was talking about this before. Like the only party if you ever talk to me like, hey Neil, what party do you actually like in India? It is okay. Supporting genocide is very center. It is a very center move. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not part of this. I don't want to talk about this. I'll do whatever you want is a very center move. Participating in a genocide is a right-wing move. Supporting a genocide is a very center move. Let's be clear. Anyway, so if you ask me like, Neil, what party do you actually like? I like Praja Socialist Party, PSP. That party has been dead for 70 years. I want to see a revival at this point. I don't care. Can I be pessimistic? You can try. But they sent peacekeeping force. Peacekeeping force is shit. Like, did that help? Like, America sent peacekeeping force to the shit that they themselves do. Like, at the end of the day, like, forget process. Just look at what happened. So, yes, so they actively... So, yeah, fine, then they're right. See, at this point, anyone on the, like, right of me is getting punched anyway. I don't care. Like, you really believe that I'm going to be in support of Congress at any point of time and being like, oh, look, we need to do center politics again? Yeah, we fucking don't. Anonymous, I thought you were going to be pessimistic. I'm still waiting for your pessimism. Like I'm pretty sure what you're gonna say. India will never have a true left because they punish it since its very inception. At a young mind, they never. You know what? Indians in general are far more receptive to left-wing politics than even Americans. Even a country that has consistently, and I mean consistently, looked at the left as an absolute evil on earth, where calling yourself a socialist, even a democratic socialist, would get you stoned to death. America has come into a place where socialism is not just accepted, but promoted. India, on the other hand, is far more receptive to socialism than any country out there. We were a socialist country, never forget. We came out of all of that through the collapse of the socialist India. The reasons are multiple, but we still haven't forgotten the niceties that we got from socialism. We are far more receptive to, like my Sangi dad likes socialized healthcare. Exactly. Indians are not programmed to hate socialism in India. Socialism in India is very necessary for one, and like accepted, promoted. Like, be serious. It is, we will have socialism. The only thing is we need to create it ourselves. See, I keep telling you, I want a revival of PSP. That is one of my goals through this, like, YouTube and Twitch and whatever. Maoism demonized? Yes, I know. But Maoism doesn't take into consideration the fact that this is 2026. And we have bigger guns now. Like, obviously Maoism is demonized. Maoism is not going to work in 2026. You need to extremely reform it for it to even have a chance of working. I would say do the policies don't say the word what? Yeah, we are individually receptive to the left. The moment we organize, we get punished till. Okay, listen, Anonymous, are you going to keep asking for permission? Like, obviously, like we are going to be shit on. What are you talking about? Do you really want them to agree with you and be like, nahi, like take it, it is all for you, I give it to you, I am receptive to you, even though this actively hurts my capital. Please have it, because this is the right thing to do, because India is a democratic country. Do you want them to pander to you? Do you really expect not to have a pushback? Now, expectation, I understand. That is the resistance. Understand this. That is the resistance. They are like, people are going to get like punished. I am going to get punished even if I may not be in the country. I get suppressed on YouTube every other day. The fuck you mean we are not gonna get punished? Like, I won't be surprised if Kejriwal joins BJP. Brother, he started from BJP. This is literally a ghar wapsi for all of AAP right now. Like, all of these people like rejoining BJP is like ghar wapsi at this point. It's literally no different. They like, be serious at this point. Like, AAP started from the anti-corruption, like India against corruption movement. They were funded by the RSS, the BJP. Hazare was funded by it. They won on cannibalizing the votes from Congress. After which, in 2019, they somehow barely win by screaming Jai Hanuman while acting socialists. And then they lost, because no one wants a soft Sanghi when the largest Sanghi is right there. This is the same thing that, like, even in Punjab, by the way, they did not win in Punjab by defeating the BJP. They won in Punjab by cannibalizing Congress again. Like, next what? Wow, fuck this guy, who me? Sure. And then in Karnataka, I think at this point, they're trying in Karnataka, they're trying in Tamil Nadu, they're trying in Kerala, but they only run their candidates on Congress seats. They never run on CPIM or DMK seats. It is just not happening. They only have like the weaker people who are never going to win in their life run on those seats. Like, it is just not happening. Like, Kejriwal sorry, Kejriwal knows they are not fucking winning without cannibalizing on Congress. That's why this is Raghav Chadha leaving. It's just ghar wapsi at this point. Like, we covered this yesterday or day before. Raghav Chadha here. Anti-defection bill. No one is doing shit anyway. Don't worry about that. Like, I'm tired of explaining. But I'll keep explaining, don't worry. But like in Punjab, just the other day in Punjab, I don't know if you were here. They literally had an anti-blasphemy law published. Like, sir, that, oh shit, sorry, hold on. My controller. They passed an anti-blasphemy law unanimously in Punjab. I am not even like, I don't know how many of you guys were there. We had like a whole ass live on this. This is the kind of party we are expecting to be like anti-BJP here. Are we really sure? The people who voted for it, obviously they're going to be pro-BJP. BJP is doing the exact same politics. It's like in Maharashtra, if you're expecting RSS, SS, like Shiv Sena, MNS, and BJP to be any different while being like lifelong partners. I don't expect anyone to hand over leftists any rights without a fight, but I do expect some checkpoints to teach people how to manage fatigue in an active battle. I just don't know how to. Yeah, I'm here to learn, but I'm a very exhausted student. Relax. It's going to take a very long time. No one is going to ask you to do it tomorrow. I thought Raghav is real life Youngistan, but turned out to be a saffron. I mean, people think that oh, he's Youngistan, but turned guys, he was always saffron. The fuck are we talking about here? You know how many Rajya Sabha seats or Lok Sabha seats AAP has that has only had UC people in there? Anti-blasphemy law is insane. No, blasphemy law is insane. Anti-blasphemy law is good. That was my bad. That was me being stupid and misspeaking. Guys, we literally covered this. Hold on. Where is this? How do you check your own channel? Yeah. Where is this? Yeah, see, we did a live for this is me posting a video on the side. Yeah, but we did what? Where was this? Jesus, goddamn! I can't even see my own fucking lives properly. The fuck is this? What is happening? When did we do that live? Where is that live? Oh, that live was switched off. Yeah. Oh, did you cover the TCS misinfo campaign by the Godi media? No, I did not. I don't care. That is going to happen. There are other people to fight those battles. Har Godi media. I know. I see. The thing is, the misinformation campaign coverage is just like a daily occurrence at this point. If we started covering every single time they did a misinformation campaign, we would never be not live. We would literally never be not live. It went in 20 minutes. It is of no political worth at this point. Yes, it was extremely misinforming, but it did not change what was happening in the fabric of India. There's a... See, the thing is, I am trying to curate these lives in a way that are informative, that can get you to a point where you can understand at least what I want to say to you. In terms of trying to have socialism in India, in terms of having to start that movement. I am not just covering elections or covering the news. That is not what I'm doing. I am not a journalist. I do not care for journalism within this space. That is it. That is all. There's nothing more. There's literally nothing more. Also, why is everyone just literally talking about whatever, man, whatever? Really, whatever, man. At this point, I don't care. I don't have to care. I just find the Raghav Chadha shit extremely funny. Not even joking. It is extremely funny for me, personally speaking. Personally speaking, it is extremely funny for me. What did they actually expect? Everyone is like, oh my god, he joined the BJP. Either. What are your thoughts on CPI in West Bengal? At this point, anything is better than BJP. At this point, anything is better than BJP. CPIM used to run West Bengal for quite a long time before the TMC ever showed up. TMC itself is a right-wing party. I would love for the CPIM to get back in control of West Bengal. I don't see that happening at any point of time. I think the overarching idea of CPIM being at least some left than other parties, still far better than what we have the situation right now. I don't even want Congress to be part of West Bengal, to be honest with you. Congress in West Bengal is not going to change shit. TMC in West Bengal is anyway not changing shit. The only possibility for left-wing politics in West Bengal is CPIM, but CPIM is not winning. Congress bhi to bekar hai. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep. You buffered? What buffered? Where did I buffer? I am saying fuck everyone. The only thing that actually works is CPIM, but CPIM is not winning in West Bengal. फिर से बोलिए सर जी, CPIM is not winning in West Bengal, which is the sad part. It was the only hope for West Bengal to go actual left at least a little bit. What will happen possibly is TMC will win with BJP moving into the land through a lot of their ghapla that they keep doing, and eventually West Bengal will turn into a BJP hub. That is the current plan. And I'm sorry to say this, I am very sorry to say this, but that is what लक्षण वैसे दिख रहे हैं. As my grandmother would say, लक्षण चांगले दिसत नाही आहेत पोऱ्यामध्ये. Which means there's no good indications within this boy, which I was told multiple times as a child because ADHD. Anyway, don't worry about it. We will get there. We will get there eventually. It is like, again, I'll say this again. If you guys are losing hope, don't. These people had 70 plus years to do this. I don't think West Bengal will become BJP state if TMC wins this one. Yeah, but did you not see the amount of vote chori that they're doing? 90 lakh people, by the way. 90 lakh people that cannot vote. Like, I think BJP's days are numbered. People felt that in 2019 as well. Everyone felt that every which way. They gave me astrology stones to wear to control ADHD. Lucky, I got domestic violence. Far luckier. I would love an astrology stone to control my ADHD. Especially as a child. Also, no, I also got astrology, but just to shit on myself. Like, I would be like, no, he's a Pisces by moon sign, and that's why he's so shit as a person. That's what I was told. Same, not ADHD though. I mean, yeah. See, I was called shit as a person just like even through astrology. I was called like, oh, look, he's lazy because he's Hatti Yoni. Is Chinese government hiding China's population? Is current population 800 million? Probably. There was a whole thing going on with respect to China's population that the Chinese population is far lower. How are you so good at reading millennial hashtags, Ank? Excuse me, I'm literally that phase, like that generation that had hashtags. Like when hashtags came in, I was 13 or 12 or something. When did hashtags come in? Like, wait, I had my first phone at like 14, 15. That's when, and like a screen phone at like 16. So when I was 16, hashtags came in. Like hashtags are like normal, no? Guys, what the fuck are you talking about? Write everything in hashtag. I'll probably read it properly. Like my entire life went in like decoding hashtags. You don't realize. Jab C language आया था तब hash था. Yeah, I actually did learn C language. But that was like a random shit. Anyway, forget that. I'm not talking about C language. I don't want to. Guys. Anyway. No, I'm saying you can't read sentences, but you can read hashtags. No, yeah, that is true. See, okay. Let me explain this very carefully. Sentences are boring. My brain skips. When there is a hashtag, I have to pay attention. Like sentences are actually boring. Write everything in hashtag, make hashtags boring, and then I will read everything else other than hashtags. Oh, ADHD manifesting. Yeah. So me being unable to read messages is literally a ADHD thing for me. Did you test for dyslexia? No, but I'm pretty sure I had it. Like I used to have this issue with writing and reading, which I still do. Write important shit in hashtags. Yes, please. Thank you. See, I can read that very fast. Like, why am I like this? Why the fuck am I like this? I have it too. It comes with the package. Yeah. Like, I had so much trouble in school. Like, it is funny how much trouble I had in school when it comes to writing. Like, people used to, like, the teacher used to like write on the board, right? If I think it is a universal Indian thing that the teacher used to write on the board. I used to start with like question A, start with that, disappear somewhere, end up joining question 2 or question 3 to the first question and just continue from there. So I had okay, this okay. Let's say लकड़ी की काठी काठी पे घोड़ा घोड़े की दुम पे जो मारा हथौड़ा दौड़ा 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 दुम उठा के दौड़ा. Did I get it right? Is this a random superpower that I have that I can read hashtags? Like, oh, nice. Also, your spelling of dauda is wrong. That's Dauda. Or hathi. Okay, hold on. Also, hathi dum. Okay. Also, the last part is I sang the last part wrong because I got into a flow. What you wrote is like hathi dum dabake doda. I sang it the other way around. Bengali phobia. I know, right? I'm scared of Bengalis. Like, just let Radhika come in here. I'll be so scared for my life. But she's Bengali too. She has been scolding everyone on X like, why are you teaching me Bengal politics while not even being in Bengal? I'm just like, I just find it so funny whenever she's having your partner is Bengali. No. Radhika is a follower on YouTube and I'm a follower of her. My partner is Polish. She like, Radhika is literally on X right now, going about like, oh my god, look at these people trying to teach me Bengali politics while not even being Bengali. And I just crack up every time I see that message of hers. I know right. She's the police. They said fuck the police. I took that literally. That is such a bad joke. Please, I'm gonna. Okay, guys, I'm ending this live here. Bye. I have to end this live here. The silence was so loud. I know. Someone clip it. Yeah, you go on. Someone clip it. I can't. Anyway, I'm gonna end this live here. I'm sorry. This is a Friday. I don't go live on Friday. I shouldn't. Good night. I'll be back talking about Raghav Chadha tomorrow if I'm alive. Oh Jesus. have a happy weekend, Papa Kush. Like, I'm not gonna be alive after this. Happy weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Guys, you don't realize this is still work, and like this is the like I have been working continuously apparently. Anyway, have a nice evening, guys. That was a very bad joke. I'm just gonna go. Make sure to subscribe and share the stream. I was literally going to play. I'm literally charging this controller right here. I was going to play. I'm not going to any. I was going to have a like that was such a bad joke. Oh my god, why do you follow me? Like seriously, why do you follow me? Everyone unsubscribe now. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's just go fucking raid someone. I don't know. I'm like, oh my god. That wasn't even a dad joke. Let's just go. In honor of Bengal elections, we can watch this. Yeah. Send me shit. No, stay. Like, I will try. Oh, okay. Thank you for your confidence. No, but I still have to eventually leave soon anyway. Like, there's a reason why I'm not online on Tuesdays. Sorry, Fridays. Fuck, it's Friday. Is this Hamba Damba? Where's my Bengalis at stand up? I'm so going to get banned on YouTube.
As long as India has had legendary hospitality, foreigners have always showed up to our show to find yourselves. I think that's a beautiful part of your journey, that you come to India to find yourself. Like, it really is a very beautiful thing because Indians...
Hold on, let me just stop the broadcast on YouTube and then we can watch this.